Good. Carmel is here. Good. So, Kundalini meditation. What do you expect you came before in Kundalini meditation?
Yes.
Okay. You came before. And you, sir?
Ankush.
Ankush. So, what is your expectation?
Focus.
Huh?
Focus.
Okay, focus. So, what makes you distracted?
A lot of thoughts.
Drop those thoughts. Your mind is in your control. You are already focused.
Wish it was.
So, Kundalini meditation I teach traditionally based on the Tantra tradition. And we have been talking, it's a beginner's level. There are many ways to practice meditation. So what I do in 60 minutes, I talk so to make you understand what exactly we are doing. And then we will practice, follows the sharing of experiences. And I like you to share openly, even if it doesn't bring any good positive experience, because that helps you. Not me, I've been teaching for years together, so I don't ask and share the experiences for myself, but for yourself. In the first 3 steps of this beginner's level of Kundalini meditation, we engage our mind into different types of breathing with a focus. Ankush was talking about focus, with a focus, and on 3 different centers. We have 3 centers: a center of wisdom, center of emotion, and center of will. In Sanskrit, it is known as Ichha, Jnana, Kriya. So, you know what happens when you release the energy from the unconscious and the subconscious mind that distracts you, you naturally return to focus. You need not to practice anything in order to focus. So that is what I asked Ankush, that what distracts you? Lot of thoughts. Where from the thought comes? From the subconscious, unconscious, habitual mind. Even when I'm talking to you, you may have certain thoughts going on into your mind. Are you aware of that? If you're aware, obviously that begins the meditation. Then the next 3 steps in which you retain the breath for 30 seconds. Anyone can retain the breath for 30 seconds. I hope and believe that nobody has any issue with blood pressure. Everyone is fine, good. Blood pressure is normal. But even then, the 30 seconds of retention of the breath is not a big deal. But what exactly we do while retaining the breath, we use the mantra again to drop the mind deep within into higher states. And then the 7th and the 8th steps is to bring the synergy of the center of the wisdom, the emotion, and will. The 9th step, I give you a total freedom from my instructions, and you continue on your own a journey into meditation. Can one session be helpful? Can one session take you, regain your focus forever, help you to relax forever? Answer is yes and no. If you put your 100%, you awaken to the peace, you have understood practically how your mind can regain the focus by practice and experience, you can continue with that. But generally we think as if, it will happen in one day. I have understood it. Why I'm saying so? Shankara says that there are two most important aspects of the practice. The wisdom and the practice must go together. You practice today, you may not have a good experience. What you should do? One is to leave this. Let me find someone. This guy is a crazy guy. Yes, I'm crazy, but your mind still remains crazy. The other way is that you practice. I'm always open that you ask me so that I can help you take your mind to that meditative state. So wisdom and the practice. You practice and then you understand your subjective self. What happened? What should happen and what should not happen. And that comes by regular practice. So let us start with Kundalini meditation today. You may lie down or you may sit up. Whatever is most comfortable to you, you have total freedom, and close your eyes. You need not to, you choose your own way. That is more important than the group. Remember this. If you can sit for a longer period, good enough. If you cannot, lie down, close your eyes, and get ready. What it means by get ready? Be comfortable. First, close your eyes gently. Adjust and align every part of the body. Every part of the body. So that it is comfortable. My friends, it is comfortable means there is no discomfort. How you remove it? You move the mind on the neck joint, shoulder blades, elbows, wrist, hip joints, and the moment you feel, you become aware that there is a discomfort. Align and adjust. Easy way. Be carefree. Be carefree is one phrase that can take you to a deeper meditation practice. Be carefree means what? Free from all the cares. Who cares? The subconscious habitual mind. It has an influx of the thoughts, feelings, sensations, the past amazes, and that is what we say is a distraction. That is what we say that causes the trouble. Let them come and go. We all say intellectually. But here in the practice, I gave sight an example. You stand across the road watching the traffic moving, a sense of separative awareness that helps you to be carefree. And then be casual. We are waiting for some time to prepare ourselves. Your preparation helps the mind to drop its anxiety of doing the practice. There are subtle masses involved. And now the first step, put both your hands on the chest. Look deep inside the heart and start breathing long and the fast breathing into the chest through the nostrils. 1 minute. Continuous breath. Don't listen to your mind that you cannot do it. Even if the mind says you cannot do it, continue doing it 1 minute. Long and fast breath into the ribs through the nostrils. You expand the rib cage. When the breath goes in, you contract it. When the breath comes out, continue. Do not stop. The subconscious mind will take you away. Don't allow it. Continue doing it is one way. And stop it. Bring the hands down in the state of sensation, in the stillness in the body. Look at the breath. Feel the breath. And when the breath is going in, count mentally in 1. When the breath comes out, count out 1. First 3 steps. Every step has 3 stages. The first stage is an active step. You just did. Second stage is that you are doing now, counting the breath in the state of sensation and the stillness in the body. Did I say something wrong if you feel the sensation? Yes. No. Your mind is returning to your body, and that's how you awaken to those sensations. In that state, you are counting the breath from 1 to 25. First, you should know what distracts, what brings the anxiety and the stress, and then it helps you. And that is what exactly we are doing in the passive step. How? I'll explain to you. You're continuing with the counting of the breath. In the state of sensation and the stillness in the body. And do nothing, even stop the counting, do nothing. Be in the state of mindfulness. What happens in the state of mindfulness? You awaken to the space outside. You know, there it is. You awaken to the sensation and the stillness of the body. It is. You awaken to the breath awareness moving in and out without making any effort. It is. And you also awaken to the inner and the emptiness. Inner space and the emptiness. My friends, if you don't take the wisdom with you, the meditation does not succeed. The third step of the mindfulness, you do nothing. You are awakened that the different layers of the existence is there, with something deeper within now. And that is how we do the first 3 steps. We trigger the center of emotion. Now we will release the energy from the center of the will. How? Gently bring both the hands on the belly. Look deep inside the belly button and start breathing long and the fast breathing into the belly. With both the nostrils, you inhale into the belly, it goes up. You exhale from the nostrils, the belly drops down. Again remember, long and the fast breathing into the belly. Remember that you need to continue even for a single minute. During that period, the subconscious mind will revolt, will resist. No, let me stop. Do not stop. That will be your point of success. You see, the wisdom goes with the practice. You're maintaining awareness. It is not a habit. Meditation is not a habit. It is an awakening process. Please continue. That's good. Continue. You may feel some lightness inside the head. It is okay. You are your own master when you practice meditation with me. Leave this, bring the hands down again in the state of sensation, in the stillness in the body, in the lightness inside the head. First point of awareness, look at the moving breath. Second point of awareness, feel the sensation of the breath going in and out. Third point, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And the fourth point of awareness, start counting the breath. When it goes in one. When it comes out one. Go on counting the breath in the state of sensation and the stillness in the body. Why I emphasize your wisdom should take over your mind? Because I always think that I'm a pointer. I'm a broker only that points you to go into meditation. I cannot do much more than that. No master can do much more than that. And that's how I explain the subtle points. You're counting the breath in the state of the sensation and the stillness. You get a glimpse. Oh, this is one layer of my existence, body, and the second layer is the breath. Third is the mind, which is counting the breath. And the fourth comes in between. What is that? Sometimes you forget the counting. Why? Subconscious mind. So you become aware. The moment you become aware, it drops. That is the key. And continue, please. Remember, you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And sometimes another barrier comes in between the practice. Mind goes into unconscious sleep. Meditation is not a sleep, but even when the sleep comes in couple of sessions, it is good. You hear me and you return. Stop the counting of the breath. Be in the state of doing nothing. It is mindfulness state. What is mindfulness? You simply become an observer. You become a seer. What it sees, without any effort, whatever comes in front. What comes in front, the space outside, the sensation and the stillness in the body is there. You awaken to the breath awareness without any change, and you are also aware of something deeper within. That is the key. That's what you have seen me, that I have been giving almost 10 different practices of meditation. That remains outside. Your wisdom, your awareness is the key. And now we will move to the center of the wisdom. Put your right hand on the belly, the left hand on the chest. Look deep inside the forehead and start breathing long in the hissing breath, both into the belly and the chest. Together, continuity. Continue for a minute. Do not stop in the middle. In the state of the sensation and the stillness in the body, please continue. Continue. It's a very powerful meditation. You simply follow the instructions to practice with the wisdom. It becomes yours. Continue with it, please. Continue with the long and the hissing breath, both into the belly and the rib cage. Please. And stop it. Bring the hands down. on the floor facing up. And for a moment, bring your awareness. Join the tip of the index finger and the thumb together with a gentle pressure. Bring the tip of the tongue inside the lower middle teeth. Lips together. Stay in that state of the sensation and stillness. Start counting the breath that is going in and out. Please remember, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You know, I and you both, we all can pick up if the second stage is going on well. How it goes well? You easily become aware if the breath rate is changing. You know that you change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. I would say you don't change your subconscious mind. We are overwhelmed. Then it happens. When you are casual and natural, it doesn't happen. And that is why I explained with a pointed awareness that you don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. When the breath goes and you feel the sensation, you count in one. So the same way out one. But if you change it and you won't be able to help yourself, we need a regular practice. So you know your level. And continue counting the breath. And it is not a matter of intelligence. It happens. So when it happens, you know it, and from there we move further. And now stop the counting of the breath. Do nothing. Be in the state of mindfulness. What happens in the state of mindfulness? You do nothing, but you awaken to the different layers of the existence. You go to the store with an intent of window shopping, not buying anything. You don't have any intent with the body and the breath. And then only you can become aware of the sensation and the stillness in the body. One layer. Deeper than that, you are aware of the breath going in and out without any change. And you're aware of maybe some thoughts, but deeper than that, you are also aware of something like inner space. You may experience an emptiness. You know what it indicates? Moving the mind within. Consciously. The only uniqueness that you discover that we all make a conscious journey into the meditation together. I don't make dependent on me. And now we will move to the next 3 steps in that state of the sensation and the stillness. Hear me, you will understand. These are easy and simple steps explained easily. First, inhale deeply into the belly and the chest. Hold the breath inside, look deep inside the forehead. And start hammering the space inside the forehead with a mantra. Aim mentally. Aim, 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 aim. Constant, regular interval, you hammer it. Release the breath, move into mindfulness. We don't retain for more than 30 seconds. Your mind may say, I can retain for a longer period. No, that has nothing to do with the quality of meditation. quality of meditation is to be understood clearly. Let us do the second time. Inhale deeply into the belly and the chest. Retain the breath inside. Look deep inside the forehead. And mentally hammer. Aim, 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 aim. Mentally you are saying the way I'm chanting and you hear it. So you hear inside your mind the way I'm doing it. Continue, please. In between 30 to 35 seconds, we retain the breath. Release the breath. Move into the state of mindfulness instantly. You see, I bypassed the second stage as we did in the first 3 steps. Why? Because we are progressing into meditation practice. So instantly you become aware of the sensation and the stillness. Breath awareness, breath becomes normal and something inner space. Inhale deeply again into the belly and the chest. Look deep inside the forehead. Hammer it. Aim, aim. Continue, please. In that state of sensation and the stillness in the body. Retaining the breath inside. Why we retain the breath? We bypass the breath. We don't ask the breath to help us to chant aim. Why? We want to take mind deeper. So simple logic to understand. Release the breath, move into mindfulness. Don't change. You simply release the breath. First 2 breaths may be faster, but then it returns to its normal breathing pattern. Continue to watch in the state of the stillness and look inside the state of emptiness that you may feel. You may become aware. Is the emptiness not in you? That is wrong. It is present in every being. So when the mind begins moving within, it knows it. Inhale deeply into the belly and the chest. Hold the breath inside. Look inside the forehead. Aim, 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 aim. Continue with it. In that state of the stillness and the calmness in the body, release the breath, allow the breath to be normal into the state of mindfulness. Awareness, awaken to the stillness in the body. The sensation changes. It may become tingling, numbness, and that is good. Breath seems to become shorter and shorter. That is good. And in those moments you can see the emptiness or inner space or some vision or colors inside. They all are good. Inhale deeply into the belly and the chest. Hold the breath inside. Look inside the forehead. Aim, aim, aim. Continue, my friends. Did I say, what did I talk? You are translating into reality, wisdom and the practice go together. You are fully aware, conscious of what you are doing and the changes that you feel. Release the breath. Move the mind into mindfulness when you do nothing and you awaken to the different layers. That's another way to understand the state of mindfulness. I'm emphatically using this word. Why? In every step of this meditation, there are moments you move into the mindfulness. So I'm asking you to recognize, awaken to it. And now we will hammer the center of emotion. Inhale deeply only into the chest. Hold the breath inside, look deep inside, and hammer it with a mantra, Hreem, Hreem. The mantra changes as the center changes, and also you inhale only into the rib cage. Hreem, but you do in the state of sensation, in the stillness. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal, and you are into mindfulness, awakened as only a seer and an observer. We are not in a hurry. I give a gap of 30 seconds in which you continue to watch, continue to be aware. You may be thinking doing something is great for meditation. No, these moments of mindfulness are really the goal. Who wants to hold the breath? Why? Inhale deeply again into the chest. Hold the breath inside. Look deep inside the center of the chest. Hreem. Hammer it. Continue hammering. Hreem. Some other thoughts will come. What you should do? Superimpose. Some thought of your home comes. Hreem. Your spouse, honey, comes. Hreem. Not a big deal. So simple to do. But if you say you cannot do it, release the breath, move into the state of mindfulness. I cannot explain everything in one session. Gradually, you pick up of which you are not aware, and then yes, this is the way. Inhale deeply again into the chest and hold the breath inside. Look inside the center of the rib cage. Hreem, 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 Hreem. The second mantra, you only expand the rib cage with the breath. At least there is a natural focus because you are aware of the stretching awareness around the rib cage. Release the breath, move into mindfulness. You are awakened to the different layers, but the goal is to look deeper within, to awaken to that emptiness. Why, from there the peace and the happiness will outflow. Inhale deeply again into the chest and hold the breath. Hammer, Hreem, Hreem, inside the space inside the rib cage. In the state of the sensation, in the stillness. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal. There are many subtler movements that I address in every session. One of them is that your mind constantly remains as a thinker. Oh, I'm doing it, I'm holding the breath, I'm doing it, I'm hammering, still the thoughts are there. So what will happen after you return to the meditation? You will say, oh yes, there was a lot of thoughts. Did I say you to focus on the thoughts or focus on the practice? That makes a tremendous difference. You're in the studio. Why you have to think of your home now? Same thing. Now we hammer with the center of the will. Inhale deeply into the belly only. Belly expands like a balloon. Look inside the belly in the space, and mantra is Kleem, 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 Kleem. Yes. Mantra changes as the center changes, but we continue to do with the basic practice remains the same, retaining the breath for 30 seconds and in the state of the stillness and the sensation that we experience, and release the breath, move into mindfulness. You simply become a seer, an observer. You don't change the state of the body, the state of the breath, the state of the mind. Then only you can see what I'm talking about, the inner emptiness. Inhale deeply again into the belly, hold the breath inside. Hammer it with the mantra, Kleem, 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 inside the belly button in the space as if you are filling it. A lot of subtle movements has to go together. Thought comes, you superimpose. You forget, you remember, you practice. The mind says, no, I cannot retain the breath. Still you retain. It's only for 30 seconds and you continue. That's how you drive your mind away from it. Release the breath, allow the breath, move into mindfulness. Mindfulness in the state of the sensation in the stillness. Again, I'm taking you to a journey of little deeper. We're already doing in the stage 2. We'll move into the stage 3 as we progress. Inhale deeply again into the belly. Hold the breath inside. Look inside the belly button and start hammering Kleem, Kleem. Mentally you hear this word. And it is so loud in your mind. How dare a single thought can ever come? If I say so, I have a reason. And it is possible. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal, and you are in mindfulness, a seer, an observer. To see the things as they are. Inhale deeply again into the belly and the chest. Retain the breath inside. Kleem, Kleem, Kleem. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal, and you are in the mindfulness. What it means, you are awakened to the sensation and the stillness of the body. No change, no intent of changing. Breath awareness, no intent. Thoughts coming and going, no intent. What you're doing, like an ocean, you don't change the water, you don't throw a stone, you don't disturb. So what happens when the water is calm? You can look inside into the depth. Here, the depth of your consciousness. We have completed the 6 steps, now the next 2 steps. In the next 2 steps, in the 7th step, you sing mentally 2 mantras, aim and Kleem. Why you sing? You bring in the center of emotion with you while moving these 2 mantras between the center of the wisdom that is inside the forehead and inside the belly button is the center of the will in action. How we do it? Let us do it. Inhale deeply both into the belly, then into the chest. Retain the breath inside. Move the mind from inside the rib cage to the belly button, singing mentally. Returning journey from the belly button to the center of the forehead. Clean, clean goes up. Clean. Do it with a love, with emotion. Release the breath, allow again to move into the mindfulness. You are a seer, an observer that awakens you to a deeper and a higher consciousness. Awakening liberates. Awakening transforms. Just get a glimpse of it. Inhale deeply again into the belly and the chest. Retain the breath inside. Start singing. Aim. Drops down from forehead to the belly button. The mind moves while singing. The mind moves while singing from the belly button to the forehead. What it sings? Gleam. Aim. Gleam. I know you all are full of love. Why don't you do it with love? Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal, and awaken to the state of mindfulness. Inhale deeply again into the belly and the chest. Hold the breath inside. Start singing, moving the mind between the two centers. Aim goes down. Gleam goes up. In the state of the sensation, in the stillness in the body. You see, we bypass the body, the breath. Thereby we bypass the subconscious habitual mind that causes the distraction, the anxiety, the stress, the duality and a conflict. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal. And you are already into the mindfulness, my friends. I appreciate you all are doing good. Again, I'm cautioning you, you need not to think while doing the practice. You are with the practice, you put your 100%, there is no time to think. But if you think, and the thoughts are related to your subconscious domain, then you will return and come out and say to me, oh no. Now inhale deeply into the belly and the chest. Hold the breath. Now only one mantra goes down. Aim. One mantra goes up. Aim. You sing, moving the mind between the center of the forehead in the space to the center of the belly button. I refrain and I reject the notion of imagination, focus, visualization. How the mind remains engaged in the same manner as it is engaged. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal as it is engaged in the worldly affairs. And then it takes years together to succeed in meditation. We're asking the mind if there is a center of the wisdom inside the forehead and the will inside the belly button. You explore and awaken me to it. Why should I imagine and focus? That approach. Inhale deeply into the belly and the chest. Retain the breath inside. Aim. 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 Drops down, moves down from the forehead to the belly button. Aim goes up from the belly button to the forehead in the state of the stillness and the calmness in the body. And release the breath, move into mindfulness. You instantly become a seer, an observer. Numbness, body freezes down, breath becomes very short, as if it becomes difficult to notice. Then less of thoughts, you can see deeper within, might be some resonant colors. It's okay, accept them, let them come and see. Inhale deeply again into the belly and the chest, retain the breath inside. Sing please. Aim, aim, aim. I know you all have a power of reason, but drop it for a while. Do it with emotion. You will see the result in the very first session. Wisdom and practice. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal and mindfulness state you are in. You are a seer alone. I'm mixing the stage 2 and the stage 3 today. We'll move a little deeper. And the 8th step last time, inhale deeply into the belly and the chest, retain the breath inside. Aim, aim, as if you are calling your honey with love, with care and affection. Aim, 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 and you will instantly experience awakening to a deeper consciousness. Release the breath, allow the breath to be normal and mindfulness. You are in the state of sensation in the stillness. The breath is moving naturally. You are looking the breath going in. As the breath goes in, your mind moves from inside the forehead to the belly button. As the breath comes out, your mind moves from the belly button to inside the forehead. Naturally, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The mind rides on the breath. The breath is the track, is the Route 9 in the south. You cannot change Route 9 in the south. So what you do, the mind rides on it, and the mind changes and adjusts the speed according to the breath. And if you have understood the subtle point, you have now the 9th step is the total freedom. What is that freedom? As the breath goes in and the mind is moving between the two centers, drop aim, returning clean, either aim, or clean, going in, clean, returning out, clean, aim. So you have 4 options. Whatever your mind likes, continue doing it. What it means, as the breath moves in, the mind is moving between the two centers. You casually drop aim or clean. When the breath returns, you casually drop aim or clean. Continue with it in that state of mindfulness. Now what is happening? You have expanded the state of the mindfulness. You move totally into the state of effortlessness. Like the ocean, you don't disturb, and then you see insight. Continue with it, my friends. Aim, 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 clean, clean, aim, clean, clean. Whatever your mind picks up in that state of the sensation in the stillness, continue with it. And doing nothing, remain in that state, just doing nothing, a knower, an observer, a seer. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We return in a specific way, follow the instructions as you have been. Bring the mind on the right hand and release the fingers. The mind goes on the left hand, release the fingers. Raise both your palms and put it gently on your eyes, covering the eyes with your palms. And open the eyes inside the palms. Now reason, be a thinker, and ask yourself what happened. What is your experience? We'll share why to progress, whatever it is, good or bad. Bring the hands down and now sit up. How are you, sir?
I think that's the deepest I've ever known.
Deepest?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I was able to fight off the thoughts pretty well. Although I did get pretty deep at one point, and I was having some
Peace and calmness.
Yeah, I did almost confront some conscious thoughts. After that, I felt better.
You felt deeper. Wonderful. You might have been experiencing the state of bodilessness. That is, wonderful. How are you, Melissa? Good. Meeting after a long time. How are you, Carmela?
Really good. I had visions of dolphins going in and out of the water.
Cool.
And then
Cool.
I felt like I was biting into an orange where I would taste it and smell it like the fruit an orange.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the very end, I saw my hands rise up and
Right.
light was coming down.
Light
hard,
is-
strong and fast into both my hands. It was really, really nice.
Wonderful. Yeah. All they are symbolic expression of inner and the heart consciousness. How are you, Eugene?
Not good today. I have no stillness because my head.
Yes.
It bothers me very.
But after some time, you were still.
Before also, I don't know. I was not able to concentrate.
Mind was not rested, but body rested or no?
No.
No.
So that's not good day.
Not today. I think you have been doing good, but it's okay.
I try.
Am I responsible for it? Yes and no. Both. Ankush, how are you?
I think I was going into deep sleep every now and then.
Yes.
The thoughts would just go away.
We hear your little sweet snoring.
It was going in.
You know, Ankush, in the beginning, when we do journaling for the first time, when the mind goes deeper, it has two doors. Two doors are open. One goes into sleep and one goes into the higher consciousness. We don't have a control over it. So by regular practice, the sleep drops, we rise up. So it's not that, no, I have to hold on to sleep. It is not possible. How are you?
I wasn't able to focus.
Did I say you to focus?
Or not focus, the first time I did this, I couldn't hear anything around me. I was so in tune with myself, and this time I heard everything else but me. I don't know what I did wrong, but...
Yeah. Can you explain it further? What makes you not to focus?
I don't know how to explain it. I just remember this is my second time, and the first time, it was amazing how much I could feel inside of my body. I felt I remember last time you made us focus on a certain area in our body, and I literally was able to just feel only one light, let's say. And today...
But physically you were still. Physically you kept still. You know, I think for the first time I spoke about it that please don't be a thinker in the meditation. So you remained as a thinker in the meditation. And that causes the trouble. That prevents you to go inside. It may be or may not be. It might be your intent that you had a good experience last time, so I must have the same. That might have kept going on. But remember, meditation is beyond all the expectations. For money, I want money from you, so I must keep the expectation in the material world. But the spiritual world, you have to drop it. So when you come with an open mind. Just do the practice. Follow the simple instructions. You will succeed, my friend. How are you, my dearest friend?
I'm better because I was more calm.
More calm?
Still lying down, no movement.
No movements, yes. Less
There
agitated.
were thoughts, but I was trying to get back, and there were moments of I never have visions. But
No, it's okay. It comes by regular practice. The last thing I'm giving a solution. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me?
right now,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you focus and look at me, or you are simply looking at me?
simply looking.
Simply looking at me, you need not to focus. That is what this meditation is. The moment the mind thinks, I have to focus, you are gone. A very smaller thing, a very subtler disturbances comes from the mind disturbs you. And that is what happened. The same thing with the Eugene. No, I could not make my body still. I did not disturb you. So who did it? Mine. So that's how we become aware. It's normal. It happens. Don't get upset. That is all for today. Thank you very much for tolerating me.
Thank you.
We'll go into the second step, second program.